And we back, and we back, and we back, and we back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sauna IE. I'm your host, XO. If this is your first time listening, welcome to Sauna IE. I bet you're wondering, what is Sauna IE and what are they going to do for me today? Well, I'm going to answer both questions. First one is Sauna IE is a personal development platform for millennials who are struggling with their brain health as well as their financial health. Every episode, we drop research, tips, statistics, knowledge about brain health and what contributes to our brain health and what really hinders our brain health, as well as educating with the financial health because our finances have a huge role when it comes to our brain health and really sustaining our brain health. And the second question, what is this episode going to do for you? This episode, we're going to talk about ego. We all have our egos, and I'm going to drop 7 tips on controlling your ego. But let me start off with my quotes of the day. And my first quote is, humans aren't born to work and stress out. Rest days are important. Self-care days are important. You deserve time off. When's the last time you really took a full day off where you didn't worry about work or anything? You just took that time for yourself. Do you have self-care days? Do you have one day out the week where you take care of yourself with everything that you need to do for you to get yourself back recharged and balanced? Or are you constantly trying to do too much stuff that you're stretching yourself thin? And we have to really incorporate self-care days into our weeks. Mine usually fall on Sundays, call it Self-Care Sunday. And some of the things I do, I meditate, clean and cleanse my house. I go get a massage. I do things for myself to really prepare myself for the week ahead, as well as think about this past week and analyze what happened this week before. And doing that really helps me to get that clarity and that bring me back centered to where I need to be. What do your self-care days look like? Do you even have self-care days? And if not, how would you go about taking that rest day or that self-care day for yourself? My second quote is, your goals are unique and so is your journey. Don't judge your results by someone else's standards. Don't judge your results by someone else's standards. I feel like we all living up to somebody else's standards, whether it's your family, your friends, your parents, your cousins, co-workers, bosses, or whatever it may be. But what are your standards when it comes to your goals and your journey? Are you looking for outside validation for what you're doing in life? Or is your opinion the only one that matters? Do you validate yourself for the journey that you've been on, everything that you've been through up to this point in life? What about your goals? Your goals will always be changing. It's like a revolving door. Are your goals for you? Or are your goals for other people around you? And that's what we have to understand too, because our journey is our journey. Our goals are our goals. But sometimes that gets clouded with life, whether it's people around you telling you, oh, you should do this, you should do that. Or it's whether you're looking on social media and it's consuming you to, well, I got to do more, I got to do better. But it's like really taking a step back and analyzing and knowing like, yo, this journey is my journey and my goals are my goals. My goals can be for other people. This is the achievements that I want to achieve. And understanding that like, yo, my goals are always going to be different from what other people think and want. But it's like, what do you want for your life? What do you want for your journey? And what are you doing to accomplish your goals and stick to your journey? That you don't get clouded or bothered by what other people say or where their standards are. Well, once again, that quote is, your goals are unique and so is your journey. Don't judge yourself by the results of other people's standards. And the segment of the day is 7 tips on controlling your ego. And the first one is, this is huge. I think we all need to work on it. And if you've been working on it, shout out to you, but stop getting offended. I bet you're thinking right now, you're probably thinking back to the last time you got offended. You're like, man, so-and-so did offend me and I reacted the wrong way. I wish I can go back and change that. But you can't. It's like a lesson you had to learn to where you're like, okay, I can't let the behavior of other people get me upset or get me to a point that I don't want to be at. I got to let that go and understand that people are always going to do what they want to do, regardless of how you feel or what you think. So you have to focus on, okay, what can I control in this moment without getting offended by what somebody said or what somebody did? And you're like, okay, I can focus on my control over my emotions, control my reactions, control how I respond to this. But you'll be surprised, like your ego, we all know how our egos get. Your ego is always trying to work you to convince that the world should be how you want it to be. But it doesn't work like that. You have to understand that, everybody's not going to think like how I think. Everybody's not going to move how I move. Nobody has the same heart as you. You got to understand, like, I know everybody should have common sense, but as we all know, common sense isn't that common. So we have to learn, like, I can't get offended by what people do or say. I just got to focus on my control and what I can do. Number two would be, you don't need to win all the time. Man, I'm just reminiscing myself, but our ego loves to divide the world into winners and losers. But we all know that isn't true, because at the end of the day, we're all winners in some shape or form. Someone out there right now is faster than you, younger than you, healthier than you, and even smarter than you. But does that make you a loser? No, it doesn't. Don't let your ego make you feel worthless or insignificant. You are powerful. You don't have to win all the time. You got to think of it as this. Don't focus on winning the battle. Focus on winning the war. Battles are going to happen all throughout your life, but it's the war that really helps and shapes you. Number three, know when to stop. I'll repeat this for the people in the back. Know when to stop. Your ego will never be satisfied no matter how much you achieve or how much you acquire. Your ego always, I want more, I want more, I want more. But you have to know, what is enough? What is enough for me? When should I stop and stop trying to overachieve? I know there's some overachievers out there like, I'm not going to stop. I got to do this, I got to do that. But it's like, you will never be satisfied. You always be striving for the next goal, the next task, the next mission. But it's like, you have to know, like, what is enough for me? And understanding that, you'll find yourself in a perpetual state of striving and reaching for a new end goal, making it so you never really truly fulfill your goal or feel fulfilled when you acquire that goal or achieve that goal. So you have to know, like, okay, I know when to stop when like my ego is trying to get the best of me right now. And number four, you aren't your reputation or achievements. I'll let that sink in with y'all for a second. Don't let the past define who you are. As humans, we all love what we did in the past. We love our past accolades, and we let those past accolades define us or who we are today. I have this conversation with my pops all the time. It's like we always have this conversation about the gym. He's like, man, I've been working out for so and so years. I don't need to do it now. But I'm like, that's who you were then. Who are you today moving forward? It's like, well, yeah, you did that in the past. Congratulations. But now it's like, who are you going to be from this present day moving forward? You can't let the past define who you are today, because that doesn't play a part. The past achievements, congrats. Yeah, that's good. But now it's like, who can I be today? How can I be better tomorrow, instead of letting my past reputation, my past achievements define who I am? We have to understand, like, the less you need to take credit for your accomplishments or have people recognize them, the more you are free to achieve more in life. The past is the past. So celebrate your wins. Congratulations on that. But it's like, what can I accomplish today? What's my next accomplishment? What's my next achievement? How can I do that and move forward? Celebrate that and just keep pushing forward. Not letting the old me define the new me. Number five, know your ego. Man, the ego wants to control and micromanage everything. I know this. You have to remind yourself and your ego of what is in your control and what isn't. I know, like, oh, that sounds easy, but we all know it's not. Your ego will always want to come first. And a little story about myself, I always have to control my ego or check my ego when I'm in the gym. Because when you're in the gym, you're working out, you're doing your thing, some people start to ego lift instead of staying with the routine because they might see the people around them like, okay, I can lift heavy. Let me start lifting heavy and stuff like that. And sometimes I catch myself doing the same thing where I'll start ego lifting instead of sticking to my routine. And that's not, sometimes I got to check my ego at the door like, yo, I'm about to start ego lifting because that's how you end up hurting yourself. Trying to do too much because your ego wants to come first instead of you imagine knowing like, nah, my ego can't come first because my ego will start to wreck some stuff. So that's why I'm like, all right, I can't ego lift. I got to stay controlled on what I like to do. And number 6, you aren't always right. Letting go of your need to be right is very powerful. Even letting people win. Sometimes you got to let people win, even when they're wrong. Once again, it's not about winning the war. It's not about winning the battle. It's about winning the war, the longevity of it. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, is this a big issue? And will it matter in the next 5 to 10 minutes? Will it matter in the next hour? And if the answer is no, back down and move on. You save yourself so much energy, time, and focus when you can let it go and not let it dwell on, not letting minor situations end up being bigger than what they are. So you're not always right. Even if the other person is wrong, let them win. Let them win that battle. You're more focused on the longevity of it, not the short term. Number 7, and our final one, don't be superior. Authentic leadership isn't about being better than someone else. It's about being better than you used to be. Stay focused on your growth, be humble, and help others. Remember, empathy over ego. Damn, that's like a mic drop. I want to explain that one, but I feel like that is self-explanatory. We can't be superior. Being better than you used to be, being better than your old you, checking your ego at the door, not letting other people and their actions, projections, or whatever it may be get to you. Knowing like, no, this is not about you. This is about me checking my ego and making sure I show empathy to the person, whoever that I'm talking to, or the situation that I'm in, instead of feeling like, oh, I'm some more superior than you. It's like, nah, I'm not. I'm trying to be more superior than my old self. And it's a constant learning experience. We're always constantly learning. We're students of the game. We'll always be learning something new every day. So it's like understanding like I got to empathize more than I let my ego take over. But I hope this episode helped you out. If it did, subscribe, share with a friend, send it to a family member, send it to somebody who you like, yo, so-and-so has an ego, and I think this episode will help them out when it comes to them checking their ego at the door. But with that being said, let me leave y'all with this. You won't always be blessed with what you want. Sometimes you'll be blessed with what you need. Enjoy your week. I'll be back with Sauna IE.